Sitting in Limbo is the deep heart of Let It Rock album, the 1975 collaboration between Jerry Garcia and pianist Nicky Hopkins.
Sitting here in limbo, got some time to search my soul. Well, they're putting up resistance, but I know my faith will lead me on. I don't know what life will show me, but I know what I've seen.
It's a country ballad, sure, written by Jimmy Cliff and Gilly Bright, and in Hopkins and Garcia's rendition, it carries that classic American ache that country does better than anyone wants to admit. That line, "I don't know what life will show me, but I know what I've seen," isn't just lyrical wisdom, it's prophecy. It's the kind of quiet devastation that doesn't raise its voice because it doesn't need to. And into this ache walks Hopkins with the full force of Western European harmonic language, instilling it into the present moment. His left hand builds the house, while his right hand brings in the ghosts. opens the windows to let in the voices of the past. It's not just improvisation, it's spellcraft of the highest order. He never overplays. Every shimmer, every golden glint of light that spills off the keys feels inevitable, like dawn breaking open after a night you thought might not end. But don't confuse fluid with fragile. Hopkins never melts. He doesn't get mushy in the name of sentiment. This is where you hear the conservatoire in his bones, the years of structure, discipline, control. He feels everything, but never loses the thread. He doesn't weep into the piano, because this is not what classical music does. What Garcia does here, his guitar and voice speaking about grief like a cut reopening, Hopkins matches, but never mimics. The piano follows the guitar in tone, but never in temperament. Even in the middle of Garcia's outpouring of feeling, as if he is experiencing sorrow for the first time, Hopkins keeps his voice in the register of what can only be called elevated witnessing. He's not emotionally removed, but he doesn't become grief. He honors it without sinking into it. This is the understanding of sorrow the way of the old composers. Not as something to wallow in, but as something to honor. Nicky always used to say he was an old soul, perhaps Chopin, his soul stretched across lifetimes, a continuation of something eternal, something that has always belonged to him. And you believe him here when he plays with this kind of grace. He is Chopin at twilight. Someone who feels like they have already lived through every war and every elegy, sacred without ceremony, eternal without effort. And when this heritage is brought into a country song, it hits like lightning. Suddenly the whole genre glows with clarity, like you were seeing the bones underneath the music for the first time. When Hopkins solos, he doesn't manipulate, he just tells the truth with such precise emotional accuracy, it borders on clairvoyance. Like he is not guessing what you feel, he knows. He doesn't hypnotize, he reveals. And what he reveals is the most devastating thing art can give us, a glimpse of the real, the kind that just is. Hopkins is not being cold with Garcia, he is simply unsentimental. It's what Brahms does, what Ravel does, what Bill Evans does at his clearest. He doesn't show you his wound, he shows you what survived it. And of course, he knows that American music at its core is about showing the wound, not healing it, not analyzing it, showing it. But he came from the opposite tradition where European music doesn't engage in demonstrations of pain. It encodes it. Nicky's body had already been through catastrophe, illness, seclusion, exhaustion, so music wasn't the place where he cracked. It was where he held himself together.